Okay, so I also want to cover this regarding Rockefeller medicine and even the Rothschilds because they're in the banking industry and I don't think they're necessarily bad. But the Rockefeller medicine has received a lot of bad rap because we have so many people in evolutionary decline looking to blame somebody for their predispositions and their issues. And here's the thing, Rockefeller medicine gave us the foundation to work from. So we can evolve and advance from a very rudimentary, very elementary foundation. And humanity is supposed to evolve. We're supposed to finally take everything that we've learned from the last 100 years, ever since they started their foundation, and evolve from that. We wouldn't have PubMed. I wouldn't be able to do the whole jelly juice and substantiate without Rockefeller medicine already doing the most tedious experiments that people had issues with. Yes, because, yeah, some humans were experimented upon and didn't really have a great outcome. But what are you going to do when you want to advance humanity? Somebody's got to be the guinea pig. And be lucky and thankful that you were never really a guinea pig that had major issues or didn't survive. The fact that you're alive says that you have the ability to advance yourself and to evolve from whatever belief system you have. So Rockefeller medicine is not necessarily bad. It just needs to evolve. It needs to advance itself. It needs to change its belief system that humans don't have to die. They actually could live indefinitely if you put in the right chemistry, and to also revise your curriculum in Harvard, in Yale, in Stanford, Vanderbilt, any medical university. Rockefeller medicine needs to revise itself. It needs to advance. It needs to evolve. And I think the jelly juice world, excuse me, is giving them that incremental deprogramming of an old belief system. We needed to have Albert Einstein. We needed to have Gregor Mendel. We needed to have those that are the founding fathers of genetics to give us this platform to work from. So we can then separate out people's context of their belief systems and say, okay, just because you're using that specific methodology as a cure to stop the pain or to regenerate, you could actually take that to the macro and have that apply to every single part of the body, not just that one little portion that you are focusing on because that person is very symptomatic, only focusing on one organ or one system. That we now, I don't know. I mean, I know the medical system knows everything is connected. I think the whole thing with the pain thing is what their issue is, because people are so behind the 8 ball that they don't want to evolve because the pain is too much. And this is where, how would Rockefeller medicine, who also has that Hippocratic oath, now recategorize what pain is? It's not something that has to be torturous, because jelly juice and the salt and the evolution is life. Okay. And why should we watch somebody go into a rapid or a gradual decline? Why is that being revered? And so maybe, somewhere they can find that happy medium between evolution and feeling pain, and also finding a way to make that evolution a bit more bearable. And this is the thing where I say to you guys, when you're doing the jelly juice and you are still on your prescription drugs, you're still smoking your pot and doing things that distract you, there is that balance where, yeah, maybe in the beginning you're still addicted to your prescription medication, you're still doing your painkillers, but then your intent is to get off of them and to kind of deal with the pain, face it, which I have people right now writing testimonies that they're facing things that were suppressed by mainstream media. They're facing it now on the jelly juice. And yeah, they're probably incrementally, tapering off of the things that were anesthetizing them. And so it's a personal, gradual process. But how does Rockefeller medicine promote that? They're going to have to go back to the drawing board and figure out, how do you now promote a different belief system when they have adopted that you should die and everyone should just be pain free until they pass away. That's probably why we need to probably go through this virus and why there is mass therapeutics, because there's a lot of people that are way behind the eight ball that will not be able to handle true evolution in its most purest form. And so first they need to kind of wipe the slate clean, keep people who are strong enough that can handle the evolution, and then start revising their curriculum. And I hope that's really where it's going to go. But right now we have to kind of clean up the world. And so if you're one of those that are way behind the eight ball, you can't handle pain, you're, addicted to drugs, and you believe people should die, well, okay, well, that's the old world. Now we're entering into a new world where there's a whole different thought process that I was able to introduce in a very controversial way. And now also we're seeing changes in politics and religion and science. And hopefully the jelly juice will stand the test of time as far as people staying on it. I think it will, because people want to live, but it's going to take a minute. And we have 7 billion people who probably 75% of them are way behind the eight ball, not able to handle a new thought process and a new evolution, which means that we got to watch them go through their gradual decline as well as their rapid decline based upon the new viral variants in the atmosphere. And it's going to suck, because a lot of them are going to be people that you know, and you've been telling them about the J juice, and they're just like hitting a wall. So I'm just letting you know that Rockefeller medicine, they were there for a reason. Because yes, people were evolving so fast on bodies that couldn't handle it. They had to stop that rapid evolution on a body that couldn't handle it, and they slowed down the evolution process, which also was cannibalizing them, because remember, they had leaky gut, they weren't absorbing the nutrients, they had other microbiome imbalances. And so Rockefeller medicine was there to kind of, keep the balance. But as we keep reproducing on bodies that have compound predispositions, Rockefeller medicine is really not going to be, much of anything anymore, because there's too many people that have so many predispositions. It won't matter what kind of cure they come up with, it won't work anyways. And they'll still die anyways, as you're seeing those that are being administered vaccines, that they're not surviving, okay, as well as being exposed to the virus. So, so I don't want anyone demonizing Rockefellers. I don't want anyone demonizing the Rothschilds. Stay away from demonizing a person, place, or thing. That's what causes imbalances. And realize everything has a place. There's a reason. The vaccines had a reason. When they were inventing the vaccines a long time ago, is because babies were not adapting to the current uterus environment. And so the mother was always taking, her antibiotics and all her little detoxes. And so the baby now has to be able to adapt, which means that they have to have a very, mild form of the environment in a vaccine. So it helped them survive childhood. That's the reason why vaccines existed. And there's going to be a certain segment of the population that won't survive no matter what, whether it's from the environment or from the vaccine. That's just a given. Okay? And so, yes, vaccines at one point, and they probably still do have its place. But remember, we have people who are reproducing on bodies that have compound predispositions that will not handle a virus or a vaccine regardless. So you can blame whoever you want, but really it's the genetic line that is at fault, and then the ignorance of that person who isn't taking care of their body, but they don't know any better because they were never taught any other way but what they know today. And that's why they are where they are. Scared of the virus and scared of the vaccine and scared of everything else. All right, bye.